unseasonably warm and even dry October here, but harvest is pushing past the halfway mark on both corn and beans. The wheat's in the ground. We're going to be getting our first crop ratings there soon as well. So for us, we need to start thinking about a plan for the bushels that we're storing on farm and even getting some hedges done on that July contract for wheat. Keep in mind, everything we're talking about in the video is for education and example purposes. Guys, make sure you understand and know your own risk tolerance as we go through this information. So what we're going to do today, again, talk about a storage plan. The biggest theme that we're bringing into this year is keep the markets in front of you. In other words, if you're only thinking about selling harvest bushels right now, you're probably already behind as far as marketing goes. All right. It's called a futures market for a reason. We always have to be kind of thinking that next step. So what we're going to look at are the two things: what levels make sense for hedging our stored bushels, and then what levels are going to make sense for basis. Here's your weekly front month corn contract. That vertical yellow line represents the first of the year. You've got a 475 upper end of the range, a 360 lower end over the course of the last year. Zooming in a little bit further, we boxed out the 415 to 430 area on front month corn. This is a decision area. It's provided resistance. It's an area of strength. Okay, when you consider the carry of the market, you get into here. If you're using the D's contract, the March comes out to around 430 and the May's near 440 on today's prices. So we get into this level on the front month. You got to be looking at making some sales to capture the carry further out. Here's your front month bean contract. Again, represent that yellow line representing the first of the year. We've had a wide range from 1260 down to 930. As we consider a more near-term level to consider, you're looking at 1020 to 1070 as that decision point on front month to look at getting some hedges in place. Here's your front month weekly Chicago wheat chart. Again, you've got the first of the year marked by that yellow vertical line. You have a 720 upper end, $5 lower end. As we zoom in, our 6 to 620 becomes our decision area on front month. As it sits today, when the front month is in that area, July 25 currently gets to be about 650. Historically, that's a good value to make a sale. Now, keep in mind too, the lower ends of these ranges, right? If we go to this wheat or even to the bean side of things at 930, when we're down near these lower ends, that's generally a good spot to be thinking about doing basis while you wait for price to head higher. So as we wrap this thing up, we got to keep the markets in front of you. That is the main point. Know your areas to sell into strength. We just illustrated the nearby areas that we're looking at. We can certainly get through those areas, but we got to cover these first ones first. Remember to use the carry of the market to sell cash, set fences, buy puts, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever mix of strategies you want to use. Now, again, know the areas to set the basis. You're really doing a two-pronged approach here. If the markets are going up, it's probably a good time to be looking at doing some locking in some futures. When the markets are coming down, or if you're at a point where you're saying, man, I wish I would have sold some more on that rally, that's probably your trigger to say, well, maybe basis has picked up a little bit and I can lock some of that in while I wait for futures to go higher. Remember, if we want to improve as marketers, we have to think like good marketers. We have to remember we're working on an average price, and that if the market goes higher, that is the good problem to have. So whether you have continue to have more old crop to sell at a higher price, or you're getting a better price for the 25 crop, that is a much better place to be than watching these markets continue to grind lower and having to figure out what to do. So remember, look at the average price in totality as you make your sales. Consider these areas to make decisions, as we go through these winter months. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If you want help following through with these areas, we offer that as well with our consulting program. Please let us know. As always, guys, like and subscribe the video. We certainly enjoy making this content for you, and we appreciate you tuning in.